showtime.
OnlySlabs.
There, comic book friends and fiends, it's Rob here in front of the Great Wall of Comics, and with me, because it's only slabs, we have to have Chris the Comic Vet. How you doing there, sir?
Good. Glad to be here. How are you?
I, sir, am fantabulous. Super pendificalous, even?
Okay. You better take it easy before you end up getting sued.
Sued for doing what? Making up words?
Well, that company that's over in Florida and up in the OC there, don't they have a trademark on those kind of
made up
positive
words?
phrases? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They got other legal problems they're dealing with rather than Anyways, everybody, thank you for coming out and joining us today. To you guys who've made it here early for this part, for the hello part and to get going. Of course, we do have a guest. He's here. He's been keeping me honest all morning because it's been a really hectic morning for myself. He pinged me to remind me I hadn't sent him the link. He pinged me to remind me that hey, that we're about to go on the air. He's been keeping it honest, ladies and gentlemen. The new host, maybe, I don't know. MrComics89, how you doing, sir?
Good, but I'm also here to right one more wrong. I was the first person to show a page of Amazing Fantasy 15. Someone else showed one after me, and then Chris over here said, I think that's the first time we saw that on this channel. So
what was I here for your first appearance, though?
yes. Episode 70, check it out, guys.
Wow.
70.
Wow.
Ooh, look at that. He's even went back and double checked it out.
She's calling me out of my own
I
show.
demand
Well,
vindication.
In Chris's defense, he did say, I think. He didn't say that is.
Keyword.
Yeah. We never, on this channel and in life, we never use absolutes except to say that we never use absolutes because, well, our memories aren't what they used to be.
As soon as you started speaking, I'm like, oh, he's going to talk about that page. Yeah, I totally remember it now, too. Yes.
Yeah.
So we've had two AF15 pages in our time.
Yes.
His was the first.
Thank you.
Super pendificalous. All right. So before we get into your books, I think we do have to say hello to the chat. We have to take care of a little bit of business. And so let's go ahead and do that now.
Romper bumper, stomper boo, tell me do. Magic mirror, tell me today, did all of my friends have fun at play?
Well, first man in, MrComics89, keeping everybody honest. Are you really in New Mexico as well?
No, someone else said, hey, hey from New Mexico. So I said, hey, hello, New Mexico.
Oh, maybe somebody else dropped. It was in so early that that comment dropped out.
Yeah.
Usually Les Crucius says hello from New Mexico.
I'm from the cooler state of Colorado. So.
Cooler as in temperature wise.
Yes, of course.
Yes, yeah, of course. Hulk Collector 82. Hey, Les Crucius. Yeah, okay. So Les Crucius's comment must have dropped off because now we see two consecutive references to Les Crucius, and I don't see his original comment in here, but that's okay. Trev, the shipping guru. Good afternoon, everybody. The henchman, comics curing cancer, all that stuff. Absolutely. All jacked up on dextrose. Yes, that's my baby Ruth reference for everybody. Go check that out. PSN Green Hulkster says, hey, it's slabbing time. It's true. Happy Slabber Day to everybody. Hello to all my beautiful homies from the Durs. I know he's at work. I saw him on Breakfast with Brian this morning talking about he's getting ready to head out to work. Let's see who else is here with us today. Let's see, guys, going back with PSN. Hello. How are you? We love you. Yeah, so there you are. Oh, look at that. Dr. Von Hoot's Comics from the Spiral Dimension. He dropped a video this morning with a big, pretty good sized key he picked up in a phenomenal grade. And I don't know why, but sometimes some of the jokes that he starts off with hit and some of them don't. Today's joke, for some reason, just got me. I just couldn't help it.
Tickled the funny bone. Yeah.
Oh my God, I busted up. And my wife saw what is it, and I tell her I tell her the joke, and she comes right back with the punchline. And I go, all right, well, I didn't get whatever. Proper job, sir. Comic Vet's here. He's ready to rock and roll. Gary B, casual comic guy. Good afternoon. God, Oh, he didn't get up quite as early because the time was he was 3 hours ahead. It was only 7 in the morning or whatever it is time. I guess he and Madam doing cosplay and in the morning or something, and well, or she's doing cosplay, and I guess I didn't see it yet because I haven't had time. It's been a hectic morning, but apparently he took his shirt off. Just saying. That's the rumor.
Is he trying to get nominated? Like
I don't know. Comics with Murdoch. Hello. How are you doing? Let's see who else. Oh, Bad Spidey's here. Now we can get started.
Ooh.
I was just stalling for you to be able to get here, sir. God knows that it's mighty early in the morning for you. Not as early in the morning because it's actually evening for Mrs. Von Hoot. Hello, happy to see you here with us today. The real James Willing, as opposed to the fake James Willing. He's in the west coast of Canada, so he's in morning zone with me still. So it's okay. You can say good morning. We got to remind those East Coast people that we still exist. Dale of Suspense Comics and Collectibles. Good morning and good afternoon. I like this. We're getting a lot of good morning and good afternoons, everybody. Let's see. Anybody's all missing here? So I'm scrolling through here. So a lot of more hellos to everybody. Ah, look at that. Jesper's here from Sweden.
Oh.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us, Jesper. Really appreciate that. This channel is global. We got Australia, the UK, Canada, Sweden, before maybe even
Australia.
Maybe so, I said Australia.
Did you?
I started with Australia.
Okay.
I went from left to right from my position on the map.
It would still be never mind.
In the U.S. centric map, which we get presented because goddamn it, USA, the U.S. is in the middle, Australia is on the left side, and Europe's on the right side of the map.
Well, if you look at it from the prime meridian,
I understand that. If we went on a real global map, I'm just saying. I'm
the fact you recognize the real global map is good enough for me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Look, I am the guy who recognizes that GMT is real time, not flipping goddamn East Coast.
And here I am just wondering if he gets a discount from IKEA.
I said the U.S. centric map. I did defend myself with that because USA makes maps with themselves in the middle of the map.
Flat Earth.
Just saying. Anyways, Sector 2815. Hello. What map are you using?
That'd be one hell of a map.
Kenneth Bird is here, everybody. Hello, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in whatever time zone you're at. Charmaine Deacon. Hello. Recent channel member. Couching and Slouching with Sea Bizzles here. Phenomenal. And let's see, am I catching up with everybody here? Real James Williams, Charmaine, Wayne. Oh, Wayne Deacon. Thank you. Another channel member. Warlord is here. Phenomenal. Everybody saying hello, more hellos. Good. I'm off now. Let's go. Oh, okay, great.
All right.
I hope you had a great day at work and now you're ready to relax and ladies and gentlemen, Joffrey Castro. Hello, thank you for joining us. Digger Jim. Yes. He's not out digging, he's with us.
Oh. That's right. He usually digs on Saturdays.
Okay, go. Cat Fan Comics Man made it here. Phew. We're excited that you're here too. Because of Flat Earth. Possibly. Although the maps that we show in school, although U.S. is in the middle, we don't have like dragons around the border. Like if you went off the edge, that there was a dragon there to eat you or something. I mean, we're not really that crazy. I don't know. Let's see. What if we came to see slabs and a geography lesson broke out? Oh, you never know. Could be. All right, Dead Man. Hey, welcome. All right, I think we're about ready to go. Hulkster with that gift membership. Fire, excellent. All right, I think that we said hello to everybody. Thank you very much. If I missed you, I really apologize. Special shout out, of course, to the channel members that make this happen because 100% of the channel revenue goes to Comics Curing Cancer. All those ads, the membership fees, membership, well, I don't know, you call them fees, whatever. merchandise sales, super chats, etc. That all goes to Comics Curing Cancer. I just actually made another donation today from the merch store, cashed out. The channel has raised over $1,000 so far for Comics Curing Cancer, which is phenomenal. Helps us
Well done.
as we get to our goal in October to kick off our big push for the 25K. Every bit we get right now is just, it takes that little bit, makes it that much easier for us to hit that 25K.
So it's 24 to go.
A little bit less. Yeah.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. What a great way to start the show.
So a special thank you to all those channel members, the Comic Vet, Nick's Kicks and Comics, Travis Vick, Six Face, should go back and say Travis Vick, the last month's henchman of the month. Still waiting to hear from you on your t-shirt size. Chris at Retro Rocket Comics, Stephen C, Actual Dracula, Jack B Comics, Tate Prime, PSN Green Hulkster, Digger Jim 720, Legion of Comics, Blue Hellion Comics, Dr. Von Hoots, Comics from the Spiral Dimension, Comic Ozzy, Flo Dameron, Beckerman, DJ Links, Remy Q Studios, Comics by the Bay, Sector 2815, Gary B the Casual Comic Guy, The Real James Willie, Dale Suspense Comics, The Comic Viking, Circumstances, Collecting with Durs, Chaos and Comics, Viaje Comico de Papa, Marty Aleko, Justin Birch Letters, Comic Journey, Trev the Shipping Guru, TM Nerdy, Matt 268, Comics with Murdoch, Austin LeMay, Noran Rad, Comic Man Andy, Mad Spidey, Couple Comics, Burke Family 54 Comics, Switch Comics, Seth 11, Ben Parker Comics, Hulk Collector 82, Brian LCS, L Green Machine, Izzyverse NYC Comics, A Comic Bookworm, Jean Malot, Cole's Comic Claims, Chuck Hensey, Lone Eagle, Comic Verse, KBDM, Cat Fan Comics Man, Taylor Winder, Triple G Comics, Noggin Comics, Aggressively Relaxing, Collectibles Inc., Chop and Drop 2013, Wayne Deacon, Charmaine Deacon, Deadman, and Dagger Comics. Thank you all so much. All of you, of course, in the entry to be chosen for Henchman of the Month for July. When we at the first show in August, we'll do that spin, and somebody will get themselves a nice Henchman t-shirt. You could also win a Henchman t-shirt today when we give away books, because there are t-shirts as well as mugs inside the giveaway bin. Thank you very much for the super chat, Warlord. We super duper appreciate that. Oh, why did it fall? Super appreciate the super chat that goes towards Comics Curing Cancer. Appreciate that, sir. Okay, so we've dilly-dallied about. We've said hello. We got the chat going. Excellent to see that. We'll be giving away books. If you've never seen this show before for some reason, that's okay. Welcome. Halfway through the show here, we got our buddy here, Matt. Matt's going to be, he'll introduce himself. He's going to show off some books. We'll talk about his books. Halfway through the show, we're going to pause. We're going to give you the phrase that pays. And you enter it. We're going to spin the wheel. What?
Welcome to Magic 97.7, everyone.
Yeah, that's right. This is the phrase that pays. Listen between now and 9:20 when you hear the sounder go off. Be the 27th caller and you could win. See, radio. So you guys ever heard me do my call letters and stuff in Spanish when I used to do Spanish broadcasts?
Oh yeah?
Yeah. KSJS 95.FM Radio Slan Escucha.
See.
Yeah, see, my California is showing. Anyways, we have the box of comics. That's what I'm trying to say. We'll pull a bunch of books. You could win up to 6 books, maybe more, because there's extra pulls. There's slabs. There's T-shirts. There's mugs. All that fun stuff. But we've talked about that. Now we want to talk about comics. And the best way to do that is to bring Matt right here to the forefront. And Matt, welcome to the show again. Thank you for keeping Chris honest. He's full of mistakes.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, we all know it's him.
Did you all see the bus just go over me? All right.
Yeah, and I backed it right back up too.
So
Did we run over something? Hold on, let me back up and check.
yes. All right.
Welcome to the show, sir. Everybody, make sure. Actually, let's throw it up there. If you're not following Matt, Mr._Comics89 on Instagram or at MrComics89 here on YouTube. Give him a follow if somebody doesn't mind throwing his link in one of the moderators throw his link up there too for everybody. Make sure you give him a subscription. Check him out. Welcome to the show again, sir. Why don't you give everybody a quick, brief. What would they expect to see on the MrComics89 channel?
You expect to see a whole lot of Marvel because that's what I'm prejudiced towards. I'm a complete run of ASM with almost a full run of the annuals. I host a podcast, The Knockout, which Chris will be one of the next guests on. So we got that scheduled today here, and I'm currently running 2 giveaways. The 900 subscriber giveaway ends. I'll officially go live next Saturday after I get off work to do the giveaway. And then when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away this big book.
Oh,
Claim.
There you guys go. It's going to be the
Wow.
rush to get Matt to 1,000 and your chance to win a Fantastic Four book.
And I'm hoping to do it by next month when I hit my 5-year anniversary on YouTube. So
that would be awesome.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. All right.
But yep, this books I got to show you guys is basically half of them are newly slabbed because I've sent books off to CBCS, and so a lot of my books here are freshly shown off. So these first few are some signatures. I actually had this book originally before, and was one of the first books I bought slabbed in 2018 when I started collecting Spider-Man. I sold it, and then I bought a new one recently. Tried to get a 9.8. Failed to reach it, but I got Venom, Lethal Protector #1, and a 9.4. Funny enough, the same grade I had it in, signed by Sam De La Rosa.
9.4s on this book are like, I haven't looked at the census, but from what I have seen, seems to be the prevalent grade for this book.
Yeah,
I know it took me like 3 different times before I finally got a 9.8 on one.
Yeah, there's a little ding up here, a little bend over on this corner. But yeah, I was gonna have him sign it in black, and then I saw him sign his book in silver, and in front of me I'm going, oh, I need that color instead. That just perfectly pop.
I gotta admit, Sam always takes that sweet spot right under the trade dress. 9 times out of 10, it's always silver. I guess that's his, his weapon of choice per se.
I have my 9. I have a 9.4 yellow label on it, signed Sam Del Rosa with a remark from him, and then also signed and remarked by Bagley. So it's got double remarks and double signature. But it's so hard to. They both did it in silver, and once you get into certain spots, it becomes difficult to see.
Yeah,
but it is great.
Yep.
Awesome.
Great book, man.
Yeah, exactly. When I think of Venom, that's the book. Exactly.
Yeah, I actually did a painting of that exact cover. So I went to the con, the Colorado Springs Comic-Con last year to have him sign that book and to have Joe Rubenstein sign a couple of books. One of the books I had him sign was this Marvel DC versus Marvel #1. Came back at a 9.8.
Oh,
wow.
So
now that's a first for this show as well.
So he signed it right down.
Yellow or blue label, yeah.
So I love these versus books. I think I have most of them, if not all of them. Something about these two universes fighting each other, and it just goes really well with my knockout, show and podcast.
Right.
It fit, just something I had to have. I love art. I love debating who's going to win, Logan versus, now I'm drawing a blank. Logo. There you go. I knew it started with an L, but yeah, just gorgeous. So, but yeah, and the fact that Spider-Man is not Peter Parker at the time here, he's Ben Reilly, the clone. It's funny not to say.
It's forgivable, I guess.
Forgivable, yes. So that got the 9.8. I was really hoping this next book would get the 9.8. Sadly, I missed it by that hair. But I got the Infinity Gauntlet #1.
Oh.
So I was super hoping that if any of the books came back at 9.8, it would have been this one, but just missed it by that dang hair.
Would you believe? Missed it by that much. For those of you guys who are old enough to.
Yeah, well done, Rob. Well done. I gotta say, as someone that kind of pays attention to the amount of certain copies of books that show up on this show, that particular book you're holding in your hand is definitely top 10. It seems to be one of those books that's prevalent and through a lot of people's collections, people that show the Silver Age to modern stuff. Yeah, and I get it. That's a great book, and it's great to get signed too.
Yeah, I mean, I possibly could have gotten a 9.8. I don't know. I'm one of those people that I don't. Very few books I'll actually press because I like to have. I have the mentality of, I have this book for a 9.6. You want to buy it? You could possibly get the 9.8. You know, here's the grader's notes that entailed here, so you could buy 9.6 grade with the possibility to get it bumped up. Mentality. I mean, call it dreaming, call it being cheap and not wanting to press comics, but I like that, and I'm very happy with the book. I don't have the complete runs of these stories. I have like keys here or there. It's just, I don't know, weird, I guess, and how my collecting ends up being. And I had those 3 books purposely sorted out to have signed, but I wanted at least one book to be signed. One book to be signed. The first time I went to that con, I had 4 books signed. I just wanted 4 books signed this time. So I was going through my books for a sentimental book to have, Joe Rubenstein sign, and I came across this book, Amazing Spider-Man 259. Came back in 9.0. I didn't care about the grade, but this was more of a story was important to me because it's the origin of Mary Jane and their walk through the park. You know, I figured, have him sign a book that of a deeply impactful story and meaningful, that this is just perfect to have.
I've always liked this cover, even though it's granted it's an homage, obviously, but I've just always dug this Spider-Man cover on this one here, going back into the red and blue costume. And
the top box on the corner there, I always like that one because it's Black Suit Spider-Man doing some breakdance, and I always like that.
Yeah. Very cool, yeah. And got some black suit down there, and you got a hobgoblin on the corner there. So shout out to you, Manny. I saw you here in the chat. So gotta love that. Just like I said, it's just sorted it out, going like, well, if I'm gonna have a 4th book to match the 4 books last time, I picked out that book. So that was a lot of fun. Last time I was on, I showed you guys a double cover that I purposely went out and bought. You know, I had to have one double cover in my collection, just like one of those markers I had to have. This one came to me in basically, I ordered my books to a shop up in Denver, away from me, and they get delivered in the mail. So this one was a complete by accident. I didn't select the cover, just like, oh crap, this is a double cover. It's Static Season 1. Number 2 came back at 9.6, so I missed that 9.8 by a hair. But I love Static as a kid. You know, he's one of those. It's one of the few DC characters I really, really, really care about. You know, it's Static Shock. Then there's Superman, and it's one of those characters that if I buy a few, I'm always buying the Static. You know, Batman Beyond. I'm always buying Static when I see him.
So this is a double cover book.
Yes. The first cover was a 9.2. The interior cover was a 9.6. Nice. So they grade you by the, I guess,
the high. Yeah, you get the higher grade.
Nice. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, which is always good because the inner cover is always the better cover.
Yes.
Well, almost always, because for obvious reasons. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm currently buying the Static Season 2 as it's coming out. Although I loved this season, this mini series or whatever it is we want to call it more. It was a better story than this next arc that came out, but it's still a good show.
So now you've got 2 double covers in your collection.
Damn. One that I purposely bought, and the other one I was just like, holy crap! Like, look, double cover, hun. Look, double cover.
One of these days, I'll be lucky, and I'll just spend the money. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. All right, this next book here was one of those that I had listed when I was creating a list of keys I want, just to be on the lookout for when I'm through there.
Your hunt list, right?
Yes, my hunt list. This was one of my Captain America books, and out of all the Captain America covers, honestly, this was top 3. I got I bought the lot of the ARC on eBay, just chasing this book, and got a pretty solid deal for my value. But it's Captain America #6. And I just
Winter
at
Soldier.
9.8 again. So just gotta love that movie-esque or that movie cover, and just I'm a big fan of history. I love reading biographies and war books and all that, and so I just love the flags and the World War II plane, and just something about this badass cover. I just had to have it.
That would be a great movie poster kind of cover. I can see that.
Yeah, it was just very Indiana Jones-esque.
It's very cinematic. Yeah,
very cool.
But yeah, just again, there's just when I got it at 9.8 or 9.6, I'm like, dang it. I'm not a 9.8 or nothing person. I'm a very much a low grade. It's better than no grade, but that's one of those just like, please, oh please, even harder than normal. So missed it. Just maybe one day I might get the 9.8, but I'm not going to purposely chase it down. This is another book from another character that I know it suffered. I'm not sure if it, like I said, suffered from the controversy or just the hate from the movie, but I had to have this book because I just love this cover. It is Thor #1.
Oh yeah,
9.8. So
the mighty Thor. Yeah.
I love Jane in the movie. In fact, I like the movie. I like the movie better than the second, better than Ragnarok. I just enjoyed it, in my opinion. So.
Okay. You may be on an island unto yourself with that one, but that is okay. Opinions, everyone's allowed to have their opinion.
Well, that means I can be king of my island. So
that's right.
I was glad they brought Mjolnir back.
But I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, like there were elements of it that, like for me personally, like I think some of the ending elements were a little got ridiculous. But I agree. I enjoyed the bits with like Jane bringing her back and having her be Lady Thor and all this other stuff kind of come in there. I thought that some of that was probably some of the better aspects of that movie.
True. And I know like some people had like I know there's some people, when I heard people talking about the movie and all that, going like, I hate the little girls with the bunny and this is with the kids and all that. But I'm going like, how could you hate that? I mean, I busted out laughing with that little girl, like psychotic bunny.
It made me laugh when I saw it, but when you look at it holistically, you kind of go, it's a little bit ridiculous. But again, in what it was for the movie. But I mean, I especially liked it when they did that with the Lady Thor stuff, was that they kept the storyline of the cancer and all that stuff, and I thought that was great. I'm glad they didn't see any reason to try to change that or whatever.
Yeah, and I love how the fact that the whole how the hammer came back together, going like, oh, it made sense, and that way
he would take care of her, and
last time I was here, I showed another.
Hulk Collector 89 says he loves the movie too, so he's on the island with you.
Yeah. Well, I'm already king, but you can be a duke.
Ladies and gentlemen, K-pop is in the building. Hey, dudes, dudette.
Yeah, but the last time I was on, I showed a variant of this cover, and this was the last variant I needed. I don't know. I'm not I had to have every variant cover, but this scratches another one of my itches. I love history. I like politics. Another controversial statement by me, I guess. But
I think they have an ointment.
Yeah, but I had to have this cover, and it's not the 9.8, but I love the grade that came back. It's Amazing Spider-Man 583, the first print of the Obama variant. So came back at 9.4. So I'm very happy with it. If it wasn't the 9.8, I'll stick with that 9.4.
No. Matt, that's a Phil Jimenez cover, is it not? Like that went to like 3 or 4 printings, I believe.
Yes, yeah. It had 5 printings. I showed you the 5th one last time. It was the only 9th I have. He was for the Lincoln Memorial. So
yeah, that's
I wonder how many of those exist that have been signed by Obama.
I don't know, but if I ever a chance to meet him.
0? You think it's 0?
I think it's 0.
You think nobody has ever managed to successfully get one signed by Obama?
Barack Obama is actually not a good signer, and
I know he's not going to Comic-Cons, obviously.
No, I'm just saying if you catch him in person,
that would be hilarious.
Yeah. of the presidents that are still alive, George W. Bush is known. Him and Jimmy Carter are known as the best signing presidents.
Yeah.
Obama is actually incredibly difficult to get to sign autographs.
I still got to think that there's at least one out there.
It doesn't matter to me if it looks like a drunk chicken signed it if I get the signature. But I was really happy to have it. So it's the only one. I only have one cover that's not graded. But because I wanted to grade all of them eventually, but there's only one or maybe two that aren't graded, so they're protected in that way. Again,
thanks, Obama.
Yeah. I found this book in one of my out-of-town stops of, there's a comic book shop here. Let's, so I felt I got it for a good grade, and I was hoping for a higher or a good price, but hoping for a good grade. It's the first published appearance of Gambit. So.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
So really happy when I saw that book. I'm like, oh, cool. Now I can have the first appearance of Gambit, So
true story.
It is, and it's by Arthur Adams too. So
yeah. Well, I always argue the book I have.
I'm willing just to argue based on facts.
Yes.
It got, and you said it right. You said the first published appearance.
Well, that's what they actually typed up there too. Yeah. So I can say first published appearance. Well, I can actually claim. I can claim and say the two. It says right there, published appearance. But hoping for a higher grade. But it is what it is. All right, here's the other Marvel versus DC crossover I had. I only submitted two books to be graded, but this is my favorite cover. The other one is Avengers JLA #4.
Oh.
Yeah! Yeah!
One of the most iconic covers that George Perez ever did.
Yeah, and then just got to show the back for you guys. So just made perfect sense. Superman holding Captain America's shield with Thor's hammer because he would be worthy. So just
at that moment he was, yes.
Yeah, well, definitely in that moment. Yeah. So I would argue that he could be worthy in other times, but just had to have certain books. Some books I buy because they're keys. Some books I buy because I get story arcs in the series. Other books I buy just because of the covers. And this is one of the all the above kind of a thing. So, but this one got graded because it was this cover. And so, Superman was my childhood favorite superhero before I grew up, and eventually it was Spider-Man.
I think that's true of a lot of kids. I think you grow up and one of the first superheroes that you got introduced to, especially for our age, because Super Friends was on TV, and that was the Spider-Man cartoon was off the air for except maybe in reruns. Super Friends was there, and then later on we got again Spider-Man and his amazing friends and stuff. But the Super Friends was big, and I think that it was a lot of kids' introduction to it, at least from our age group. And Superman becomes that one first one that captures your imagination, and then you start to go down the rabbit hole of superheroes, and you find the one that you relate to. Right. And Superman's a little harder to relate to for most people, unless of course you maybe grew up in the Midwest. Then I hear Small Town Collectibles talks about how he related not to Superman but to Clark Kent.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
And to an extent, that's true. I think for those of us that are Spider friends, we relate to Peter Parker. We don't really relate to Spider-Man unless Chris secretly has spider powers and fights crime that I'm unaware of. He's done a great job keeping that identity. Right. But almost anybody can relate to some degree to Peter Parker about being somehow not, somewhat awkward or not fitting in or whatever, but then feeling that you should, wanting to help people and stuff.
Yeah. And if I can get the money together for a budget, for the con in Colorado Springs this year, I have a chance to meet Tom Wellington and the actor who played Superman in the Lewis and Clark, not Lewis and Clark, the Superman and Lois TV show. But anyway.
That makes sense. Dr. Von Hoot is the main man. So
oh, that was good.
That's cool. This book I bought a mixture. I purposely bought a lower grade because I didn't want to pay a higher price. It was the movie was about to come out or whatever, so I was fighting FOMO and all that regard. So, but I got Invincible Iron Man #9. So,
oh yeah,
Riri.
I love Riri and it's Riri, and this is just a wickedly cool cover. I mean, this is a definite first appearance cover for any character should have, in my opinion. You know, for Iron Man, this is just a perfect
that full appearance.
Yeah, the first full appearance. That's why I said this is a perfect first appearance cover for the character. Just gorgeous, you know. Just I love the electricity crackling off the suit there, and it has color rub down the spine here, which is the reason why I only got the 8.5. So, I mean, I was hoping for a higher grade, but I knew it was chances of getting the grades I really wanted were not going to happen. So it's one of those.
Fortunately, that book is crashing.
Yes.
And so if you want to get one in a high grade or a higher grade, they're not that unaffordable now. I mean, because that book at one point was an $800 book, and I think I haven't looked recently, but I think that it's maybe only a $300 book. I think. Why don't I? You know what? Let's look it up here.
Awesome.
Iron Man, is that Invincible or Iron Man or just Iron Man?
Invincible Iron Man.
So. All right, Invincible Iron Man, issue #9.
Yeah.
I know that the Horseman of the Apocalypse variant is still somewhat pricey.
Is it ratio drop? Is that why?
No, it's just a B cover, but it was not. But it didn't.
Or is it just all those Ric Flair fans out there that got respect for the floor?
So this is where this is of course really weird. So let's see sales data because it's always love when something weird shows up where the 9.6 is higher than the 9.8. So let's look at the. But yeah, it seems to be that the last sale, at least on a 9.8 from June 13th, is less than $200 on a 9.8. Let's see, 180, 189, 198, 209, so for about $200, it seems to be.
Yeah.
You can get yourself a 9.8 first edition there, a 9.6 going for less than $100. I see a lot of sales at $65 to $86. So that's a great opportunity for a key first appearance key.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm one of those. Certain books I'll chase down certain grades. Otherwise, it's like I just want the book because it'll be a good value to the collection. You know, because for that $200, all I had to do is drop a 50 on top of it, and I bought X-Men 101. You know, so just in a lower grade. So it's like, you know, I'll take a high grade, not the highest grade, and claim the key and the cover. So.
I'm just really shocked to see that a 9.6 can be had for less than $100. But then again, the 9.6 only peaked as high as about $200 during the boom.
Yeah. All right. This is another one. This is another cover I got because I love. This is my favorite Batman character, and I just love the cover.
No, actually. Not really. They showed some other Marvel books, sure, and some DC crossover books. They're SCG, but no, not a ton of Spider-Man yet.
That's because I showed a lot of Spider-Man my first time. I'm showing my newly graded books because if I didn't show my newly graded books, I'd be digging through. Well, here's my cover of this here's the cover of this book that was just came out a month ago, and I had to have it slabbed. So, because I don't know if I have enough slab books left for a third show, so I'm reaching the bottom of the barrel. So, I'm more of a raw collector nowadays. I usually buy graded. Anyway, this is Superman Batman Annual #4. I found this in the same shop that I found the X-Men Annual.
Oh God, Peter hit me!
Yeah.
Ow!
Love that clip.
Because this is a key. I mean, so the Batman Beyond convoluted set of keys that exist out there, but this is our first appearance of Batman Beyond in the regular DC universe, if I'm correct.
I believe so, because the label only says Batman, Terry McGinnis, Lex Luthor, and Metallo appearance includes 6-page preview of Red Hood #1. But yeah, it's like this
this is the first Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond in the regular DC universe.
Yes, and it's just the only thing I cared about when I sent this book off to be graded was it was a 9.0 or higher. So it was like, whew, you know, I had a standard, I guess, for this cover just because of Batman. I guess it had to be a 9.0 or higher for this book in my collection, and I made that solid 9.0. So, and I just love the gorgeous artwork on this. You know, this art germ, just gorgeous. I never quite got the futuristic Superman suit. I mean, it wasn't quite the black suit Superman, and it was just one of those.
The elder statesman Superman, but yeah.
Well, Elder should have had a design. I don't know if Sector is still here, but this is my Green Lantern book, my favorite graded Green Lantern book that I have in my collection. This is Green Lantern number 25. So, the finale of the Sinestro War, the Car War. It's just gorgeous. Gotta love it. So, first appearance of a couple of characters in cameo.
Look at this DC for you folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though I was claiming to be all Marvel, basically I'm showing
preaching Marvel off the top, and it's been a solid DC run since.
Well, I guess I showed so much Marvel the last time around. It's like, well, I have mostly DCs left to go through. So, but asking you shall receive. That book Marvel's coming up next.
That's right, guys. Don't forget, about halfway through here, we're gonna be stopping and pausing to do some comic giveaways. So make sure you stick around. Don't go running off nowhere.
Got 3 more books left before.
See, so we're almost there.
All right, this book
DC board.
Well, trust me, you won't be bored, Spidey, for this one. This book I should have pressed because it's the reason why I didn't get a higher grade. And it had the poly bag crease in the back after I looked up the graders notes.
Yeah.
It's Ultimate Comics All New Spider-Man #1, second appearance of Miles.
With that super wide spaghetti webbing off the cover there. Yeah.
Yes. I love these early I like these early Ultimate books where they have that border around it, you know. Just I don't know why, I just like those covers.
Yeah, they presented pretty interestingly, but man, they freaking sure took spine ticks.
Yeah.
Oh my, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there is a subscription crease right down the back that doesn't look, I don't see any color breaking, so it could have been going like, oh crap, I should have had that one pressed. Oh well. Like I said, if I ever upgrade, I can sell this book with this grade will get higher. So
yeah, great book.
Yeah, I'm currently since I completed my normal ASM run, I am chasing after now Miles books to complete that story run too, just because Ultimate Spider-Man and Miles Spider-Man Ultimate books. I like the Ultimate books. There's a personality to them that you can definitely see why they were so good. This book here has a particular story behind it. I was at the Mile High Comics in Denver, you know, a couple times I've been there, and I found this book. It was either $20 or $50 at the time, and that is with the because Mile High is expensive in their books. I will give them that. So this book could have been lower. This was before the video game happened and all that, and the price of this book skyrocketed. So I had this particular book in my hand, and I passed up on it. And I passed up on it because I was in the mindset of I want as many Amazing Spider-Man books as possible, and I can buy 4 more books for the price of this book. So I put this book down, and I hated myself ever since. And so I had to get this book in this particular cover. I was more important that I get this particular cover just so I can rectify that mistake. It's Ultimate Fallout #4, second print, my preferred cover. Not only because you can see his face, but it's because the one I passed up on. So
fair enough.
So
yeah, no, it's Ultimate Fallout 4. I mean, it's like, look, it's legit. It's cemented as a key, and eventually, I'm sure there'll be some people who come around and start telling us how the second print was. There's less of them. It's worth more. No, but it's still a great book to have. First print, second print, the alternate prints. I don't see any problem with stacking those into your collection and getting multiple copies. And
I mean, one day I might get the first print, but for now I have the facsimile of the first print. And like I said, I just like the fact I can see his face more than the fact that it's hidden. I mean, it was who is this person at the time? But now that you know who the person is, and it's not a surprise. I just like this cover more. And so it's like I said, because I passed up on this particular book, I had to fix my mistake. And
absolutely. And you get what you can.
Yes. Yeah, I can just like my page of Amazing Fantasy 15. I have Ultimate Fallout #4. Prove me wrong.
Right.
All right. Last book for the half. This is one of my favorite characters, and I love her because I'm a big fan of the marriage between Spider-Man and Mary Jane, and so
bring it back. Bring it back.
And my brother has actually a complete run of the first volume of this book, and he also has this book as well. I had to have this book in a higher grade than him. It was because it was like, I'm gonna beat my brother. I'm the oldest. I deserve the higher grade. So when it came back in a higher grade, I'm going like, it didn't care that it was not a 9.8. I cared that it was an 8.0 or higher, and it came back. What if 105? In a 9.0, first appearance of Mayday Parker, Spider-Girl.
There you go.
So,
who is she? Yeah,
love my Mayday. In fact, I have my dog named May after this character.
Nice.
So,
I always liked the this has always been a classic iteration of Offspring from them. I really liked the second run of Renew Your Vows, and with that that version of Annie Mae, I think.
Annie Mae.
But who of course is like now like the weaver of the web or whatever. I don't know. Well,
the new Madam Web.
Madam Web. Fair enough.
The new Madam Web.
Yeah, there was May. I'm not sure if it was May, Annie, or whatever. They switched the names back and forth, whatever. So we got May and Annie for the two daughters of Spider-Man because they were married. Don't you know?
That's right. Peter and Mary, they belong together. Put Mary Jane and Peter back together again. God damn it. Stop trying to make her a superhero. She already had a superpower, and it was comforting Peter. Ladies and gentlemen, before I get on my rant and my go off, in honor of Matt approaching the 1,000 subscribers, let's get in hashtag 1,000 or bust. Remember, Matt, why don't you actually, again, real quick, show these people that book that you'll be giving away at 1,000 subscribers as we got more people here.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
The link to my 900 and 1,000 are both in my recent videos. You have to comment for the rules. You have to comment on the particular videos of the link. You cannot just any video that you pop into, and you have to do it a certain way. I've reminded a few people, you need to do this if you're truly entering, because what they did won't count.
So subscribe, watch the videos.
Yes.
For it, but you can potentially win this book. But more importantly, you can support another community member who's been a multi appearances now on this channel, on this show, and puts out great content onto his own right. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So let's bring back the boom.
Currently at 907 subscribers as of this morning. So I am thinking.
That's right. So hopefully we'll get you a few subscribers here today. We got 45 people in the chat, so who knows?
Yeah.
Guys, 1,000 or bust, and we'll go ahead and be giving our giveaway here in just a moment. While we're doing it, while we're waiting on doing that, Matt.
Yeah.
You teased it earlier. Other than the subscribe, what else is coming up on your channel?
Well, the next episode of the Knockout, which Chris will be a part of, arguing the debate will be between Darth Vader and Ra's al Ghul.
So for those that don't know, tell them what the show is.
The Knockout's basically just debate, like a classic debate on who would win. It's based on like a March Madness kind of or playoff kind of platform where you got, a wheel sets up your chosen character on a wheel, randomization, and you work your way down. I provide a link to the guests when I set things up beforehand, so I'll be providing a link here to Chris, and so he can welcome to share it here on the chat. Because one of the rules is I don't care what you do with it. Part of how you win is you debate, you winning an argument. The other half is preparation. So if Chris can share the link to 1,000 people between here and now, and they each vote, chances of him winning go way, way up. It's just sharing the link and in that regard. So, and then we do
part debate, part popularity contest. Got it.
Yes. And then so we just do the debate.
Who am I up against?
Ra's al Ghul versus Darth Vader. And your competitor is a comic book poser. So
well, hold on, we have to recognize Marty Alecko and the super chat because cancer sucks.
That's the first time I ever asked for anything I really wanted.
Fantabulous. All right. So I see we're approaching critical mass. We got 41 out of 45 entries in there. So what do you say, Chris? Should we spin it?
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, wheel
of
fish. I did realize why I haven't clipped that yet is I can't really play the clip and have this going simultaneously. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of town.
Look at that. Look at that. All right, we're going to prize. I'm going to give prizes away.
Should we pull the books first, or are you going to name out who? Oh yeah, go ahead and name who you're going to give it to first.
Yeah, let's
Should I just spin it again?
No.
Okay. I'm making sure.
You sending anything over to the UK?
Eventually.
Okay, so you got something on the build?
I have a couple books, but we have to have them for DVH that are being pressed and graded before they go, and then I've got something coming for Triple G that I got to send off to Triple G.
Okay, let's do this for DVH.
All right. So let's go ahead and let me move myself here and make myself big here. So Dr. Von Hoot and family, the Von Hoot family. All right. So Matt, you know the routine. Pick a number between 1 through 10 from the front, 1 through 10 from the back, or back to front.
Let's do back and front for all 6, and just randomly.
You got it. All right. You just tell me when to stop.
And their front book.
The front book. Okay.
All right. And stop. Back book. Stop. Front book. Stop. Front book again. Should be 4.
Mm-hmm. 2 more.
Stop right there, front and back.
What are you doing wrong?
I was just mixing it up.
He's been drinking. He can't stroll in a straight line.
Well, sometimes.
Happy birthday, the mad respect.
Sometimes you, if you mix it up a little bit, it's a little bit better. It's a little bit more fun or more enjoyable. Can't just keep doing the same thing nonstop.
Yes.
All right. I think you did very well. DVH.
Good day, Governor. Good day, Governor.
DVH will be very happy. All right. So let's start off first here. We have The Incredible Hulk, issue 372.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
That's a great cover.
It's very interesting how he torn it in half, literally there.
Pokemon cards.
Images. Wow.
I'm going to put this one towards the end because I know this one's a banger for DVH. How about Legends of the Dark Knight, issue number 1?
Ooh, that's a
Solid
nice
cover. Great. Great.
I love the look of Mr. Freeze.
How about X-Force number 1, baby? Yeah, polybagged.
Oh.
I don't know what cards inside because it's bagged and boarded, but there's some Pokemon cards inside. A Lantern and a Lilligant.
Okay.
But there you go.
Lantern is a fish.
How about some Usagi Yojimbo?
Yes, sir.
Wanderer's Road.
Interesting.
That's a great cover.
I think this is a Peach Momoko cover.
I think it is. Judging by the look of it.
Well, if it is Peach, she did a great job.
It's one angry bunny. I can tell you that much.
So here, this is a key book. Here you guys go. Bam! Detective Comics 850. This is the first unofficial appearance of the Gotham City Sirens as a team. So it's Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn. And of course, you can see in the background, Hush. Bam.
That's a book I wouldn't mind getting just for the cover alone.
Yeah, it's a great cover. It's a great book. This is in great condition. I even got it double boarded in here. And then last book, Banger Supreme for DVH. How about the first appearance of Omega Supreme?
Ooh.
Transform.
Yeah! What is Omega Supreme doing in the box?
I just give books away.
Well, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome.
Wow. I may have to cherry pick that Omega Supreme story.
He's always sick here.
You get 5 books instead of 6.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, DVH is a good dude. Congratulations, my man Rob. That's a tremendous set of books, man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Sometime between it flying over the pond, a book fell out.
Like I said, we don't give away just garbage on this channel.
Yeah.
There's quality books in there.
Yeah.
There's a few filler books, but there's a lot of great books in there too. I go out and I buy stuff to seed the box to make sure that I'm giving away quality merchandise.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes lots and a bunch of them all at once.
Well, I like the fact that my selections reflected the books I was showing off on the first half, more DC than Marvel.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So just...
All right, let's get back into some slabs. We got to get on the pedal on the horse here because we got to wrap up here in the next 30 minutes.
All right. This book is the last book that I have of the books I had that was slabbed recently here. It's the big book that I got last year's con that I went to, and I bought it for the cover alone because I couldn't. The artwork inside it was not my style, but
oh
my!
Yeah, yes, this iconic. It's truly iconic.
Barcode alert.
Yes.
I loved McFarlane on the cover artwork, but on the inside artwork, I guess I'm more Todd McFarlane cover art than I am inside the book. Inside the book, it gets a little less for me, but love the cover. I had to have certain books I had to have for the covers alone because I don't collect much Hulk, and so I just had to have that book. But, all right, this book here is extremely important and sentimental to me. I had to buy this book in a 9.8. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 13, Legacy 907. It's the first appearance of the Gold Goblin. Now, the reason why this book's so important to me is it's my first published letter to Marvel inside here. So I had to have this book in a 9.8. In fact, I currently have this book sent off to someone else to have JR sign along with Wells and Scott Hanna. So when I get the book back, it'll be triple sig and be off to CBCS.
Oh, congratulations, man. That's great.
Yes, and 122 homage, obviously. I just had to have this book in a 9.8 because of that. My only complaint is this is slightly off center. The 9.8 is just off.
Yeah.
The box of the hair. But that's my
But
book that
CGC is perfect, don't you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, how can I mistake
one
that?
quick thing? Like, what did your letter contain? And please don't tell me that you're praising how great ASM is currently right now. Like, what was in your letter?
I was talking about the first. Spider-Man had 2 back-to-back, crossovers. One was the mutant cover, and the other mutant story, and the other one or the one where they were chasing down him and Logan were chasing down MJ and all that. I think it was number 9 of this run, and I was talking this how it was interesting, the story out there, and I asked. I did purposely ask what MJ was referring to when she was talking about her responsibility or responsibility, and you should know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I remember when he shows up at the the ball and stuff.
So that one's there. So
Hellfire Gala, the Hellfire Gala.
That's my first of 3 books, or not 3, first of 3 issues that I've had letters published in since then. The last one actually being the current last issue of ASM out, number 28. So I've had 3 issues published in ASM. I write a letter after each. Yeah, me and Manny differ slightly on our ASM run. I am generally less critical, and if I enjoy the story, you can generally get high grades from me, or sensing. So if things make sense and going like, well, it's not what I want, but it's a decent story. And so I'm not as critical.
We could dissect this all day long, Chris and I, but let's move on in the interest of time.
All right, I got ASM, The Sins of Norman Osborn, number 1. That's really cool. My favorite negative space cover of Spider-Man that I have. So just love that. I bought this from Big Lion Cat in one of the auctions. So I just had to have it. Came back, it was 9.0 originally there. It was just like, well, good enough grade, not a high grade, but I'll be glad to have it. This is the only independent book you're going to see me showing off today, because I have very few independent books and only one that's actually graded. But Isolation, number 1, 9.8. I got to support my man Reggie, because he's the one who inspired and fueled my love of Spider-Man and all that. So I owe a lot to Reggie, and so I buy all these issues as they come out, and I've enjoyed the run so far. I've been extremely surprised that I've enjoyed an independent run like I have. So
sometimes it's all about the story. Sometimes,
yes,
and there's some good stories.
That and the fact that the interior is black and white, and other than Walking Dead, I've never really read a black and white comic that's outside the comic book strip in the newspaper, and so I've enjoyed that a lot, actually. This is one of my graded 800 books, or not books, but it's Amazing Spider-Man 800, 9.6.
Ooh, awesome.
One of the last books. This is a Mark Bagley cover signed by Mark Bagley himself. So gotta love one of my favorite Spider-Man artists is Mark Bagley. I love his take and his style. So that's the reason why I love Ultimate Spider-Man so much, is it's Mark Bagley. So,
yeah.
I love that.
Steve, welcome to the show.
All right. Inside my current ASM run, I have a sub list of like 200 issues books I want upgraded when I come across them at some point, either because they are reprints or second prints, and I want the first print or a higher grade. This is an issue where I accidentally didn't pay too close attention on eBay, and I bought a reprint of it, and so I had the story check, but I needed the first print. So I got the first print of it. So I got Amazing Spider-Man 301, 9.4. So more Rick Farland art for you guys.
That was a book I only finally recently picked up. For some reason, it was just one of those books that sat there on my need list for so darn long.
Yeah.
Until I finally came across one. But yeah, the first homage to ASM 300.
Yeah, I didn't realize until after I got it in the mail that box was empty, and that box just had 301. I'm going like, something is not right about this book, and oh crap. Oh well, I made that mistake 2 or 3 times in my collecting career, and each time I swear is going to be the last, and haven't hit the bottom yet apparently.
Yeah, when you're shopping on eBay, you got to be real careful. People don't always divulge everything as clearly as they should. Sometimes it's buried. What I hate is when like they've buried it in the fine text down somewhere in a wall. They got a wall of text description, and somewhere in there buried is one little line that says reprint or facsimile or something, and it's one of those ones that's very similar. You don't realize it until you get it, and then you go like, you go back all ready to raise hell and give them a negative review and stuff. Then you realize, crap, it is in the description. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, I showed you the first appearance of Riri Williams. This is the first appearance of Shuri as Black Panther in cameo. So I love one of the books that I bought, or keys that I bought, because related to the movie. You know, I just had to have this particular book too. It's her. I love the look on it.
Well, it's not the look. Storm is fantastic.
Yes. Gotta love Storm on the, especially when he's done by. Oh, she's J. Scott Campbell's just one of those artists that I will buy easily every single time. Have anyone out there in the chat seen the Spider-Verse movie yet? Because we got the 4th printing of Spider-Gwen's first appearance. So it's a marking and signature by Robbie Rodriguez.
Robbie loves. I've seen a lot of those various printings. I have a second printing that's remarked by him. That's his spot right down there.
Yeah,
that little quick. He's got a little quick Gwen remark he does in there.
Yeah. For the longest time, I just was like, I said, okay, that's a signature. What is that? I mean, can someone identify what this picture is exactly? And going, oh, that's Gwen in side profile. I'm like, and I looked at him like,
yeah.
It's one of those things that I just couldn't see.
Matt, would you mind reading us the right side of that yellow label?
First appearance of the new Spider-Woman, Gwen Stacy. So I enjoyed her in the movie. I enjoyed her in the second movie even more. And I look forward to her story in the third movie. So
yeah, I've got the first printing and a second printing. I've been not really concerned about the 5th and 6th, but man, I've been wanting to track down one of a good quality, fairly priced 3rd printing, just because it has the different cover, that design variant cover.
Yeah, like I said, it's one of those. I was like, I want the first appearance of Spider-Gwen. Oh man, okay, well, 4th printing seems fitting. You know, the pink in the background, just it fits. You know, like that. I like the pink with that related to it. Just fit the cover, I guess. So, you know, show some J. Scott Campbell. Here's some more.
Oh, we never disagree. We never. Oh. Mm.
Woo! 9.2. Gotta love this, and I loved all the homage drawings that I saw on Twitter. You know, after the fact of people's variations, and they're just going like, wow. Just love this book, love this cover. In fact, this is like one of my favorites. Like maybe top 3 Campbell covers would be this, or for ASM books at least, this related to this book here. Just love the black cat on this particular cover. You know, had to take a cold shower after you look at that particular cover.
Well,
too.
The one with Mary Jane before that was.
Yeah, he was having a lot of fun.
Yes, that one. There he is. Oh, hold on.
Iconic.
Yeah. My only complaint is that this is a lower grade than that one.
Sure.
But eventually I will get a higher, at least a 9.4 in this book.
Now you go get the Black Cat version, number 1, where they basically do the similar type thing. And
yeah.
Rob, can we FMV this particular issue?
Sure.
Now, I know the reason why I'm asking is that J. Scott Campbell is having a lot of fun with some of these covers in this particular run. I know they were all sequential, but this one obviously is probably the most famous, in my opinion, of all the J. Scott Campbell Spider-Man covers. Like, it's been homage, you have people cosplaying it, the whole 9 yards. And a 9.8, it's not It's not cheap. When I say not cheap, it means it's more than like $250.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and I would venture to guess it's like $550, Rob, maybe in a 9.8.
FMV is listed at 557.
Yeah,
and last sale or a recent sale, 5/14/2023 was $573.
I had not realized it had gone up that much in value.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's a book that, despite the fact that there's been a downward trend in a lot of comics, that book has actually continued to increase through 2022 and 2023. It just continues to tick up.
Yep, it's had statues done of it. Like it's become an iconic cover.
Yeah, never underestimate the power of a sexy girl on a comic book cover. So, all right.
Good call, Chris. Good call.
Yeah. All right. This particular book, I remember when I came across, I bought this book in a lot. It had a white scuff mark on it or spot on it, and it was such an impactful story. I had to find this book in a 9.8. It was just, I had to spend the money on it. And I found someone on eBay where it was the cheapest price on eBay. And I double checked and they were right. So I bought it for $120 at the time. And it's Amazing Spider-Man number 36, 9.8.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So I had to have it in a 9.8. And it was $120 at the time and just gorgeous. I mean, impact the story. The story was, I can't read the story without, feeling it and all that. It's just.
Matt, what's it say on the right side of that particular blue label?
Amazing Spider-Man 477, 9/11 World Trade Center story. Yeah. So the direct edition, obviously, but I prefer this one over the newsstand because the newsstand would just take away, I think, from the solidarity of the cover. So, but yeah, and just. I found that I've looked at several grades since then. I've looked at that book several times since I bought it, wondering where the price is gone or things like that, and going like, wow, I bought it at a good time for a good price. And I love this book here, but to make this book or to make this cover better, you just need one solid black line around a certain face. Amazing Spider-Man number 31. Yes, 5.5. It just that. So it's just
this is a book that I argue is one of the most important books in the entire Amazing Spider-Man run. Simply from the standpoint, go ahead and read the key label. I hate to steal from Chris here, but go ahead and if you don't mind.
First appearance of Gwen Stacy, Harry Osborn, Professor Miles Warren.
So obviously Gwen Stacy, huge impact on Peter's life, especially after she dies, and how that impacts him for the rest of his story arc. Harry Osborn, huge impact throughout, as obviously the second Goblin, and of course the interplays his friend, all this stuff, right? That tears him apart, and his always trying to feel that he has to try to help redeem Harry because he feels responsible for Harry becoming the Green Goblin. And then of course Warren Miles, who becomes the Jackal, who does the whole clone stuff that is
so prevalent today.
So still having impact on everything that goes on. It is such an important book in the Spider-Man run that gets so well. People recognize that that it's a big key. I don't think that it gets the due that it truly deserves. It should be a much more valuable book based on, if you took that stuff out of Spider-Man mythos today would be very different.
Yeah. And I hadn't read, this is in part 1 of the story. I'd read part 2 and part 3 because I had them in raw. This one here, I had not read until I bought the omnibus of volume 1, and I read the story, and it was definitely a very cool, interesting. The whole story was just to read the whole Steve Ditko story art for all 38 issues. This was definitely one of the highlights.
And it's such a a sensitive condition cover as well with all that red. Yeah,
that was a book. You remember, Chris, the first time that you and I actually met at C2E2 a couple of years ago. That was the book that was my target book there. I went around to every damn bit. I was taking notes of who's got that one, what grades it in, what condition is it in, and it was my mission that show.
Yeah. Besides the 3 issues of the Master on the Destiny story arc there, and also the first appearance of ASM 20, the Scorpion was a very cool story that I had yet to read before I read the omnibus, and so there. All right. We're at this point, we're basically going down in number in Spider-Man. So this is Amazing Spider-Man number 13, first appearance of Mysterio.
Great book.
So, I was going through my collection, going like, I'm looking for appearances of villains that I have graded in the movies that I haven't shown on the channel. So I basically grabbed some first appearance of these characters.
So I'm guessing that this one must have like a split cover or a detached cover or something that it's
a lot of
1.8. There's a fat. I mean, it's the
missing
the
a
center
piece
part
at the bottom of the cover.
Yeah, it's a little chunk there.
Oh, okay, there it is.
But I mean, for the part that you want to be looking good is there. That is a beautiful looking 1.8.
The trade dress looks tremendous.
Yeah, and it's one of those. I for the longest time I had a hard time. 13 was one of the last low issue books I had checked off, and I was actually waiting longer past the movie because I didn't want to pay too much for Mysterio's first appearance.
That's exactly it.
I finally found a low enough grade AS 13 book with a cover that, was decent enough. Like I said, the biggest problems with this book is right here along the spine, that chunk missing there, and the even smaller one up there.
Yeah,
but like I said, this whole section here was gorgeous, and
I was really happy too. Yeah, I recently picked up a copy this year, and that was it. It was like the price. It's been long enough since the movie. The prices on that have started coming down. That now you can get like a 4.0 and under are all less than $1,000 now. So, which is great.
All right, this book here. One of my goals is to get all 1 through 10 of my ASM issues graded. I still have 2 left. I need to have graded. This is one of the 3 that sent off. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 6.
Oh
yes, nice. First lizard.
So first lizard, yep. Slight, like I said, it could have benefited from probably a roll and a press, but again, I don't usually do that.
Right.
I don't usually do that as far as my books. And a 2.0, I'm actually quite happy with a solid 2.0. It's a very respectful grade.
Given the cost of these books, especially when you get down here, I mean, that's been my thing. Is like, look, for most of them, I'm trying to get like, okay, a 2.5 or better, but realistically, if I'm at a 2 to a 3, that's the realm that I'm a shopper at too on these books. It's just,
well, I'll tell you what, Mad Spidey, you want to claim it? My dream is to eventually have 1 through 5 or for these guys to have ASN number 6 here and a 6.0. So I'll trade you a 2.0 for a 6.0. So
the baggers. Yeah, we got. I hate that. We got time. I don't know how many books you have left.
2 left. 2.
All right, let's bang those out real quick.
All right. Well, it's missing the back cover.
Oh yeah. I love this book. I know it's one of the sub 10 books that some people don't care for, but man, I love this cover.
Yeah. I found this for I swear it was for a good deal, like $200 or $250 because it was missing the back cover. But I was going, you know what? It's gonna be on the wall and graded.
Hey,
I'm not gonna see the back cover.
That's how I got my ASM ones missing the back cover. But you know what? On the wall, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, eventually in the future, I'd love to have that at in a 4.0, but that's the dream. And as far as I'm concerned, I'll go back to sleep and dream it again.
Right.
All right. The last book here, when I was last on, showed you ASM 129 for a Punisher book for the first on the last book. This is a Punisher related for the last book, ASM 134, first appearance of Tarantula.
Nice.
With the cameo appearance by the Punisher.
He was such a fun villain.
Punisher?
No, Tarantula.
I always love how similar this is to the cover of Spectacular.
Yes. There's also another one where on one side of the cover, Tarantula's coming in, and then like Spider-Man just nails him, and he's literally flying off in the opposite direction on the other cover.
Yeah, great,
fun villain.
Phenomenal books there, sir. Thank you, Matt, for coming on. Everybody, again, remember, don't forget, give him a follow there, especially on YouTube, if you don't mind. So we want to drop the link again. He's coming up on 1,000 subscribers, going to give it away. Oh, what a banger of a book. He's gonna be giving that to me. It's fabulous. I really appreciate that too, Matt, that you're gonna be giving that to me. Guys, while we're wrapping up here, don't forget, start entering hashtag OnlySlabs for our next giveaway here. Some people bailed out. It means your chances to win are better right now. 36 people watching. Hopefully you'll hit the thumbs up button. It really helps this channel get in front of more viewers. If you'll do that for us, that ad revenue helps us because it all goes to Comics Curing Cancer. Thank you to everyone, all the members, the super chats today that have helped. That all goes to Comics Curing Cancer, because cancer is the ultimate villain that touches, and unfortunately, it touches just about everybody. I don't know anyone who really hasn't been in some shape or form. Again, don't forget, nominations are still open. See down right here, across the bottom, for Comic Book Community Awards at cbcawards.org. Go there, fill out your nominations for the Comic Book Community Awards. Maybe even consider a handsome duo that hosts a weekly Saturday show that won last year.
But I work alone, and I have.
I said handsome duo.
Oh.
Yeah. We'd appreciate your consideration, but more importantly, we want you to get out there, get your voice heard, because that's important to everybody. Still going on. Also, if you click the link to the merch store here on the YouTube channel, go to the Fat Stacks merch store. You can, of course, get Fat Stacks and OnlySlabs merch. If you use the code YTShopping25 at checkout, YouTube is going to give you 25% off your purchase, and all the proceeds from those sales go to Comics Curing Cancer. So another way for you to support both this channel and Comics Curing Cancer. And finally, again, the RogueTraderUtah.com. If you haven't seen it yet, recently the Submariner book came back from Australia. I sat down with the Rogue Trader. We did a piece of that, talked about what he did to it. It looks very, very much nicer, cleaner. Got a grade bump on that. We kept the universal blue label, all the fun stuff. We talked about some of the stuff that he did. RogueTraderUtah.com, comic book pressing and cleaning. Use the code FATSTACKS and you get 20% off even already discounted bundles. And when you use that code, $10 is donated to Comics Curing Cancer. Yeah. All right, I see 38 out of 43 people. So as I'm just about here, ready to get us moving on to that giveaway, let me real quickly simply ask Chris. Chris, what's coming up on the channel for you, sir?
Well, yesterday I dropped a short little video. Hold on, let's hit the pause button on that. Oh, because
thank you very much,
New York City.
Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you that. Of course, going to Comics Curing Cancer, here it is, that classic scene.
That shoulder, everything.
Thank you. All right, so Chris, you were saying, so over on the Comic Vet channel,
I just dropped a quick little video yesterday. I heard a rumor that the largest dollar store chain from coast to coast here in Canada has trade paperbacks and hardcover trades, and I decided to venture in and find out if this were true or not. Take a moment, if you will, and check out that video. And also, I'm going to be doing an AOK video, Too Cool Guys, and some fun stuff early next week.
Awesome.
Thank you.
For myself, Monday, there's going to be a transformative mail call. On Monday, Thursday, I'll have a mystery box. Saturday, no OnlySlabs. It's my big barbecue weekend, no OnlySlabs. We will be back the following week with Adrian APM on July 22nd. So Chris has a nice rare Saturday off. So thank you guys all for that, and continue chat. Let's go ahead and spin it and see who's wins it. 39 people. Woo, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, our winner. Wolf Blitz. Congratulations, sir. Let's pull out the box of books, bring this on over here. Wolf Blitz, you'll have to make sure that you reach out to me over on Instagram. Thank you. Over at robs.fatstacks. Let me know where to ship your books. All right, Chris, you know the routine, sir. What books are you going to pull for Wolf Blitz?
Let's go 6 from the front, 6 from the back.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just see long time scroller, first time listener.
Thank you, Tacoma
Phenomena.
Comics.
Always love that. Always that's like the biggest trope in radio. First time caller, long time listener. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the back. Okay.
All right, let's let her ride. Front to back. Stop.
Okay.
And those 2 books.
Front and back, got it.
All right, let's let her ride. Little wavy action, please. Or stop. And those 2 books.
All righty then.
Watch your back. Okay.
First book up, Spider-Woman, issue number 1.
It's a gorgeous cover.
Yes.
I think Gary B is nodding his head. Yes, Chris, that is a gorgeous cover.
Bang. Superman revealed to the world.
Classic cover.
I'm glad they undid that, though.
That happens like.
Was it a dream, or did he go make a deal with the devil?
Something
once
like
a decade that happens.
He made a deal with the devil to have everybody forget. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
It took a retraction.
We got a mug.
Nice.
So congratulations there, Wolf Blitz. You'll need make sure you let me know because I have to order the mug for you, but get you the mug sent out. And of course, you also get the comic book. It's in that bag and board. Planet of the Symbiotes, issue 3.
King in Black. I enjoyed it.
How about I Hate This Place, issue 1, signed by Ken Salinas.
Very nice.
Interesting cover.
Often how I feel about To the Seasons Where I Live.
Look at this, a second copy today.
Yes.
Look at this.
Got to get them out of that box.
X-Force number 1.
Yes. When shoulder pads were big and guns were even bigger.
And the pockets outnumbered.
And then Avengers 320.
Oh.
Nice.
Very nice. Vengeance.
Congratulations. Like I said, send me your information. We'll get that book out to you here. Thank you guys all for coming out. Again, next week, no show. I'll try to get, if my CGC shipment gets out in time, I'll try to get it recorded and have up a Son of OnlySlabs or whatever show here. Otherwise, enjoy some time with your family or watch somebody else's YouTube stuff. I know there's lots of choices, and I'm glad that you made the choice to spend your Saturday afternoon here with us. Thank you all very much. I'll be heading over to the pond, across the pond here, as I join Triple G in just about 2 minutes over on the Triple G Comics channel. Nice formatted talk about various things in pop culture and comics. So you might want to check that out. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, collect what you want. Don't listen to anybody, including me. I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.